How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of beer mail unboxing, courtesy of Tavour. So, what was it? A few months ago, Mike from Jersey ended up putting like a Tavour box together for me, and just picked out the beers. For those that don't know what Tavour is all about, they're like a beer mail service, and basically they have an online site where they release beers at intervals. You know, and they'll be like, today we have these beers, and the next day they'll be like, we have these beers, and you basically pick beers out of a lot. And once you pick your first beers, you kind of get like a running time clock on when that beer is going to be delivered to you, and you have about a month or so, give or take, to build the box. And then once you build up a box, then you're like, okay, send it to me. And Mike sent off a box of beers. Well, like literally the day it landed, Tavour was like, hey, can we just send you a box of beers that you could review? No strings, I guess. And I was like, sure. They came and they were pretty fun, and I actually enjoyed the service. It was, I didn't pay for it, so it was quite nice. But the beers were relatively fresh. I think there was a couple stragglers around like 2 months old, but most things were like a month and a half, if not fresher. It got here relatively quickly. We'll go over that in this unboxing and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I had a blast. Drank some of the beers, reviewed most of them, didn't review some of them because one of the things they actually said was they reached out to me and were like, what do you want? And I was like, actually, I like everything. Just give me an eclectic mix. Just do not give me cider. Do not give me seltzer. Well, they gave me cider and seltzer. No problem. My wife is now not pregnant. We have the King Micah is not inside of her anymore, so she can have a beverage every now and then. So she enjoyed those. And, life went on. So, a couple weeks ago, a different representative from Tavour, but they knew that they sent stuff off previously. And they're like, hey, we'd love to send off another box. And I said, who am I to refuse a good time? So here we go. Box number 2. We'll see what's what. I will review some of these. I will not review some of these. And we will judge this as the same way we judged the other one, which was basically, timing. Shipping wise, how did this one fare versus the other one? That was all cutting utensils. It's my wife. It's her fault. She asked me where the scissors were, and I'm like, they're all inside of my junk drawer. Now there's no scissors. So blunt force trauma with the screwdriver. Let's back up here now so I don't kill myself. Anyway, you'll be able to hear me. You won't be able to see me though. Shipping. They say it's going to take, what is it? About 8 days, give or take. Actually, I think it was 6 to 8 days for East Coast delivery. This took 12. The other one took quite a bit longer than that. So this is now the second one that arrived quite a bit later than what they say online. So take that for granted. Take that as what you will. This one was supposed to arrive Friday. So this arrived today. It's a Monday. It's the 7th of June. It's supposed to arrive the 4th. It arrived on the 4th. I believe it would have been 8 days equal. And it actually arrived and was like 20 minutes away from my house. But something happened. I don't know what happened, but it took a little bit longer to get here. Now, I do want to say that the Monday, 31st of June was a holiday, so I'll give him a slide on that one. But that's 2 in a row, so keep that in mind. No signature in this one either. That's kind of one of the things they talk about. They put in this classic, a little type personalized, 2 Matthew napkins from Ella. Cheers. Can't wait to see how you celebrate Tavour at home. So we'll see what's what. So there's like shit flying around in here. Like I was kind of like rolling it a little bit, and I was like, oh my god, shit's flying all over the place. So let's see what they sent me. See, the best thing I ever did was tell my wife, and by tell my wife, ask my wife, very politely, to put these in the freezer. These arrive usually early in the morning, and I've noticed when I take my beer mails and I put them in the fridge, I'm like, I don't want them to, be warm. When I get home and do unboxings, they're still not cold. I had her put this in her Sub-Zero, and it's like perfect temperature. First beer, I'm impressed. Let's stop real quick. So, I didn't say this. The first time they sent stuff off, like I said, I said, send me an eclectic mix. And they sent me an eclectic mix, but I didn't want the ciders and all that kind of stuff. This time, I specifically said I want summer chuggers. I want Pilsner, I want Lager, I want Pale Ale. It's hot, it's summery. I want to do summery kind of beers. So let's see how they did with this. This is from Logston Farmhouse Ales, actually one of my favorite breweries in the country, in collaboration with Braeside Brewing Company. It is Seek and Enjoy Chaos from Within. This is a dry hop lager with jasmine rice. We're off to a fucking screaming start right now. 4.8%. I mean, Logston isn't known for their super hip, cool kind of labeling, but he just gave me a dry hop lager with jasmine rice at 4.8%. So I am happy so far. Next up, we have I've had this before. Other Burrow. I actually believe I've reviewed this before. This beer is getting drank. This is so Other Burrow is from Other Half and Interborough, and then the Inter half, which was the other half of this combination, and it's kind of like that first one was an homage to Rothaus Pills. I forget what this one is an homage to, but I really enjoyed this book. 5%, and it's a Helles lager, so that is a drinker. We have here Modest Brewing. I haven't had anything from Modest, I don't believe yet. Minneapolis, Minnesota. I've heard of them. Fang and Bone, New Zealand style oak aged Pilsner. They're listening. I kind of like this. I'm very impressed right now. I should actually go over dates. So, a month and a half old on the Logston. 2 months old on the Other Burrow, which makes sense because that's when I got it. Just barely a month old on that one. So, rating's okay. You're talking about Lager and Helles and stuff like that. Okay, Double of Chaos from Within. So we have here B52 Brewing. I got some of these the last time they sent some off. And I just get a kick out of it because I love the B52s. Cerveza is a Mexican-style lager with lime and salt. Actually, no, I didn't get this one, but it feels like I got something like this. I do the labeling on it. Very cool. True Respite Cicada is a 5.5% Maibach lager. True Respite Brewing. Never heard of these guys? Dig the logo. Apt Cicada beer. We have just about a month old. Maibach. More than okay with that amount of time on it. Phase 3 Brewing. This is their Maibach. 6.8% alcohol by volume. We have a date of 3 weeks on this one. Yeah. I've had a couple Phase 3 beers. They've been okay. We'll try them. I mean, these smaller beers are the ones that really kind of get down with other breweries, so I can kind of. I just haven't had anything blow me away from it. Let's put it that way. That's just me being me. Montclair Brewery. Okay, these guys are like 35 minutes away from me. I've reviewed some Montclair breweries. One of the few black-owned breweries in New Jersey. This is their Barbary Gold Ale. Ale brewed with baobab fruit. I've never heard of that before. This is brewed with the fruit from legendary African baobab tree, and that's what they do. A lot of culinary stuff, a lot of fruit, flora and fauna from like Africa and stuff like that. And it's referred to a tree of life. Baobab fruit brings this light tropical citrus aromas and works perfectly in this crisp and delicious wheat-based golden ale. Wheat-based golden ale coming in, and this is 3 weeks old. 7.8. So it's not a summer chugger, but I'm actually happy I got that one because that sounds like really fun stuff. There's a couple bottles in here. There's 2 bottles in here. We got a double on that one. We got a double on the Cicada. We got a double on that one. That's what happens when you ask for specific, like, summer chuggers and stuff like that. Double on the phase 3. You know, you're going to end up with doubles because they only have so much to go through. I was going to actually say I've had this before, but I hadn't. But I thought it was going to be one of those bottles from that Japanese brewery. This is Fightin' Hokies Lager. Hardywood. Is this Hardywood? It is. Holy shit. Last thing I expected was Hardywood Park to throw a bottle like this. That is pretty fucking epic. Fighting Hokies Lager. Official beer of the Hokies. And this is awesome. Yeah, Virginia Tech base. This is absolutely one of the favorite cans or bottles I've gotten in quite some time. Definitely old school Mickey Grenade stuff. I am absolutely smitten with that bottle. And then we have this. Double Mountain Westerly Pilsner. 5.2%. Refillable bottle. Bottled on, I can't tell, but who cares at this point? It was bottled in 2021, and it's going to be okay. I like the old school. And actually, this is an old school bottle. I don't know if you guys can see. Hopefully, you guys can see. Let me see if I put, you're not going to be able to see it. Tell me this beer is crooked. Like the bottle's crooked. It's like, I love crooked bottles. God damn. That thing leans that way. Like hardcore. This is an awesome little box. Listen, like I said, the first time I did this Tavour thing, listen, they're sending me beers. I'm not paying for these. Whatever. I don't care. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'm also doing this as like just a little bit of a litmus test about what they do, what they promise, what they provide. My biggest thing has always been, are they going to give you decent beers that are relatively fresh? Is this one of the more, what's the word I'm looking for? Smartest boxes you're going to put together? You're going to put a big box full of lagers together. You're probably paying a little bit more of a premium. You're probably, not getting, you have to go doubles more, stuff like that, because they probably don't get a ton of this stuff. Hence the reason I got a lot of more doubles from Ella as opposed to the previous person. Maybe not the smartest box, but this is what I asked for. I asked for a nice mix of lager, low ABV crushers that I could do for the summer. Do a series of lagers and stuff like that that I normally can't get. Sure, the Montclair I can get. Sure, the Interborough and other half I've gotten before. But that's a boutique beer right here. Montclair is a very fun brewery that I don't get to that often. So even getting those is definitely a plus for me. And Logston, like I said, some of my favorite breweries, one of my favorite breweries of all time. Never had. That kind of stuff makes sense. You know what I mean? I actually went to purposely do like a Tavour video, probably close to the beginning of the pandemic. I probably said this in the previous video. It's just a format just didn't. Maybe I'm just an American. And the format didn't work well for me, and then I had to wait for the beer. I had to pick beer here, pick beer there, pick beer here, pick beer there, and maybe I had such a short attention span. Sorry, that maybe I was turned off by it. I don't know what it was. But besides the shipping times, and it's not so much that it took long to get here; it's just that it wasn't in the window they promised. This is like I ordered this box of beer from someplace at a reasonably decent price point, and that's probably the biggest thing I need to research going into posting this video, because I usually don't see price list or something in here. I think it's one of the beers. It came off one of the beers. Yeah, Double Mountain. I'll put that back on there so I don't miss it. Is there price points, which I've heard have been relatively decent, especially for ship beer. You're talking about maybe $1 above what they typically would cost at the brewery or retail. The shipping isn't bad. I think what was it, $15 or $16 flat rate shipping, regardless of what you buy. If you buy one beer, you're paying $15. If you buy a whole box of beer, you're paying $15. That kind of thing. So it kind of makes sense. But I'm really excited to kind of run through this box and see how it goes. And honestly, like, you know, it's been one of my weird pet peeves this whole time with YouTube about sponsorships and you know paid promotion stuff like this. Isn't that paid promotion? This is a brewery or a service sending stuff to me, and I've never had an issue with that because, you know, you're gonna get truth. That's what I deliver. So, I really do like the beers they sent. Like, honestly, like the first time when I said don't send me stuff, send me a mix, they sent me a mix, but they sent me stuff, and I was like, okay, no one's listening. Ella listened. She put a nice kind of super chugger box together in a very, very cool way. And I appreciate that. That's probably my biggest takeaway from this. Sure, shipping took a little bit longer than last time. Sure, doubles involved. I'm not going to get too hot and bothered over it. The fact that almost every single one of these is a super low ABV summer chugger has me kind of tickled pink, and I can't wait to dive into these. So there you go. A little bit of another Tavour boxing in the books. Let me know if you've had these. I'm really curious about what you guys have had out of this. Like I said, I've had this, you know, and I think that's it. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. If you dig what's going on, local homegrown stuff, you know, brewery I never had before, brewery I've had before. Love low ABV bottles, you know, running the gamut of a whole bunch of fun stuff. So let me know if you've had any of these. Let me know what you think. If you still use Tavour or you haven't or you're looking to use Tavour, let me know. How you doing YouTube? You can use that as a code to get money off if you use that. How you doing YouTube with no G in the U and doing. Anyway, I don't know. I always feel weird during these because I'm a weird dude. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Hopefully you enjoy me reviewing all these suckers. Most of them. At least the bottom row, except for this sucker, because that's just getting drank. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some good summer chuggers right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.